The last post-pandemic air record we saw was less than a month ago around Memorial Day weekend. Then more than 2.6 million passengers were screened by TSA on a single Thursday.
So Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport is no exception to any of this. You might remember just last month the airport issued this message on Twitter advising all passengers to arrive at least 2.5 hours prior to flights for those early morning departures, and that goes through August. I've got Dan Mann here, the executive director of the airport. And Dan, you know, that doesn't sound to me as extreme as some people made it sound. That's really just a smart practice in general.
It really is. If you're not pre-checked, you really do need to get there 2.5 hours early, especially if you're flying out in the morning. I think folks are used to not having as much air service as we have now, and it's, I mean, we were actually the fastest growing airport in the continental U.S. this last quarter. So things are different at Louisville. We've got a lot of air service, we got a lot of traffic, and that just means you got to show up early.
Well, that's the truth. You've been here, what, 5 years now?
5 years, 2018.
And I can almost trace it back 5 years when I like to think the world got smaller because the access to it out of this airport has grown exponentially. And we're talking about direct flights.
Direct flights, one of the missions was direct service to L.A., Boston, San Francisco. We have all those flights now. We actually have 3 flights a day to Boston now. It's was one of our biggest unserved markets. So we have that service now, but with that bigger aircraft, we have mainline service to almost all our destinations now.
Yeah.
So it's just a busier time at the airport.
That used to only be a Derby week thing, right? Let's talk about how to get through the lines faster, or at the very least in a reasonable amount of time. Are there tips outside of just showing up early?
There are. If you don't have to check a bag, don't. If you do carry on your bag, make sure you've got your liquids bagged the right size, or get TSA pre-check if you can, global entry. That will expedite your travel. Show up early. Those are really the keys to it. It's really just being organized when you get to the line, get there early, and the TSA, the airline employees are all doing the best they can. Right.
Don't call it a TSA delay if you are not there in time. Let's talk about the airport itself, because I know renovations-wise and big project-wise, you got a lot going on.
We're doing a $500 million SDF Next program. You'll see the construction and baggage claim right now. The photo up there is the TSA checkpoint. Obviously, we need more lanes with all this traffic. Record-setting, 2023, we're up 15% over our record-setting year. So the TSA checkpoint expansion, 30,000 square foot, that's getting bid. About a $40 million program. New look on the outside, geothermal. It is going to be a brand new facility. We talk about being a proud gateway. When this is finished, people are going to be amazed when they fly through our airport.
Yeah, you really are changing the face over there, and I've talked to a number of members, people on your staff who cite your leadership as the reason why. It's always a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Good to do it. Thanks.
Thanks so very much. And remember to check out the flylouisville.com website. You'll get an update on future flights, current flights, and you can look for airport upgrades and all that stuff there. It's all made easy by the great communication staff over at the airport.